Have you checked the score yet? I guess you could say the Avs got the check mark. Maybe it's because Pavel Francouz kept them in check. Avs win over the Anaheim Ducks 1-0 thanks to two players from the Czech Republic. I love watching hockey. I don't care if the score is 1-0 or the score is 10-9. Both types of games can be very exciting, and oftentimes I believe low-scoring games are the most exciting type of hockey there is. This game was not really one of those. The result is great, obviously, the Avs win, but the way the game played out was not very exciting. It just wasn't that high intensity. The Ducks are a team that rely extremely heavily on goaltending to get them through, and their counterattack just didn't feel dangerous for a lot of the game. With that being said, hats off to John Gibson. Yeah, you see what I did there? He played absolutely incredible all night long, and while Francouz's workload wasn't as heavy, he matched him. Okay, I'm gonna put the hat back on now, though. For real. The first period was what it was, probably the Avs' weakest period of the entire game. They actually gave up a few decent chances to Anaheim, and both teams did hit a post in the period as well. So it happened, but neither team was able to put a puck in the back of the net. Both teams had a power play opportunity in the first. The Avs' special teams was actually quite solid. The PK was excellent. The power play, they did not score on. It wasn't awful. It had a couple of extremely good chances, but also had a minute of struggling to even get possession in the zone. So, consistency issues with the power play. I imagine being down both Kadri and Rantanen will do that, though. So the first period goes by as relatively even, and in the second period, the Avs start to take over the game. Getting out of it 0-0 instead of down a goal helped them a lot. The pace was still not great. The Avs passing was pretty off for most of the night, and it made it a struggle for them to get through the neutral zone with possession a lot of the time. And hey, they're not going to bring their A game every single night. Getting wins anyway is crucial. It's what they were doing at the start of the season. They can start doing that again. That's how you win the Central Division. The thing is, the Ducks are one of the lowest scoring teams in the Western Conference, and that did show to a certain extent. But the Avs also took advantage of that. They played extremely solid team defense throughout this entire game. While passing was a bit hit and miss, the vast majority of the chances the Ducks got were limited to the perimeter. In fact, the Ducks only got 5 shots on goal in the second period. It was starting to become clear, though, that ordinary means were not going to solve John Gibson for the Avs, as he just seemed to have the Avs' big guns numbers. But the Avs had a secret rookie weapon waiting, and no, it was not Cale Makar. This is an extremely intelligent forecheck by Kaut. He has his head up, he's looking at the man breaking the puck out. He knows where the puck is. The puck has been telegraphed as a pass here to the crossing duck in the neutral zone, so Kaut just steps in front of it. Nothing fancy here. He didn't try to hide it. He just makes the correct play and picks off a pass right at the blue line, too, keeping it in the offensive zone so he doesn't have to deal with an offsides for Compher, and also Gabe Landeskog getting off the ice. Avs fans know how that go. No problem here. He steps in. A lot of Ducks collapsing on this side of the ice here, and Lindholm is a little bit slow to get off the blocks to catch up to Compher, which leaves an awkward situation. Kaut could pull the trigger here. Never blame a rookie for doing that, but Compher is locked and loaded, and Kaut opts to slide it across and does enough to get Gibson to at least somewhat commit to his side. He can't cheat on the pass, which allows Compher to fire this one off and into the net. Kaut's first point in the NHL, you love to see it, and hopefully the first of many for the Avs' first-round pick. It's probably not very likely. In fact, a couple of days ago I would have said there's no chance, but all of a sudden, there's a world where Martin Kaut sticks with the Avs this year. His first point ends up being a game-winning assist. JT Compher gets the goal, and that is one first you can check off. The Avs play confidently through the rest of the second period and take the 1-0 lead into the third. And the Avs had a number of quality chances in the third to get the insurance goal. Ian Cole hit another post for the Avs. They're just at astronomical numbers, on pace for over 100 on the season at this point. And there were a couple of other chances as well. Burakovsky missed a wide open net on the back door, just couldn't quite redirect the puck well enough. The Avs just could not seem to find that safety goal. And after a while, they did start to turtle up a bit. It started with the Avs taking a very strange penalty about 8.5 minutes in. Zadorov had his legs over the boards but was not in play yet, and the puck hit off of his leg for what was called an interference penalty. I'm not clear on the rule. I haven't looked up the rule book, so I don't know what the real rule is here. Maybe it was correct. What I do know is if you're fully sitting on the bench and your gloves are hanging over and it incidentally hits you, that's not a penalty. So I'm assuming that it's a correct call, but certainly a weird situation. The Avs, however, managed to kill it off with a bit of a new look. Tyson Jost getting some pretty significant penalty kill time, and honestly, he looks very solid on the PK. So the Avs survive the penalty kill, and they kind of just survive the rest of the game as well. The offense dries up, and Anaheim does push back. Again, it didn't feel like there were that many dangerous chances. The Avs limited that very, very well, but they also didn't possess the puck very much in the third. Despite that, the Avs are able to hold on. Francouz continues to play very well in net. He makes 26 saves and gets the long-awaited shutout. He's had 3 or 4 chances at it. This time, when the Avs needed it most, in a 1-0 game, he gets the job done. I still have serious doubts about Francouz being a legitimate starter, but that's not really an issue anymore. The Avs today extended him $2 million per year for the next 2 years, locking up a tandem of him and Grube. So however they want to run it, they can. A nice place to sit. They have Grubauer locked up for next year and Francouz locked up for the next 2 seasons. So that's something that they don't have to think about at the end of this year. I mean, I guess they could extend Grubauer this offseason if they wanted to, and they might, but it's not quite as imminent. So you can check off a couple more firsts there. Francouz's first shutout and his contract extension. It was definitely a slow game, a bit of a weird game, but the Avs were able to adapt, take control when they needed to, and find a way to win, even if they weren't bringing their A game on the offensive side. It's a huge win in the standings, getting them back up to second place in the Central, and now they have at least 1 win on this back-to-back with the Kings coming up tonight. Not many highlights of this one. That's kind of just what happens in a 1-0 game without a ton of high-octane offense, so sorry about that, but we can wrap it here. As always, thank you for watching, and head on over to thednvr.com. Maybe consider signing up for a membership to check out our premium content and help support us. I am Rudo, and I think I've reached my pun quota for the season.
Avalanche time, come on.